Africans abroad are beneficial to their homeland. Africa can leverage more than 100 billion United States dollars a year to help develop the continent from its migrant population, hence a great boon to the continent. And here is how. The World Bank estimates that $53 billion in remittance flows, a surge of 6.1%, hit Sub-Saharan Africa in 2022 alone. The top 10 contributors in billions of US dollars annually in ascending order are the DRC 1.7, Algeria 1.8, Senegal 2.5, Zimbabwe 3.1, Tunisia 3.1, Kenya 4.1, Ghana 4.7, Morocco 11.2, Nigeria 20.1, and Egypt 28.8 billion. In addition to personal remittances, potential contributions by migrants come from collective remittances such as philanthropy, knowledge exchange, increasing trade links, and by better access to foreign capital markets. Additionally, an estimated $53 billion is in diaspora savings and can also be tapped for investment in the form of low-cost project finance. If well tapped, this huge and on the most part an educated group of Africans can act as an immense resource of reverse brain drain in terms of expertise, investment, and tourism. Enough evidence suggests that migration and remittances reduce poverty in the origin communities. It also leads to increased investments in health, education, housing, capital, trade, knowledge, and technology transfers. The Kenya government has embraced the near 4 million Kenyans that live outside Kenya as partners of development and does not malign them as traitors who ran away. In fact, the government encourages more of its citizens to go and work abroad and earn in hard currency. Kenyans abroad remit about 4.1 billion US dollars annually, and the Kenya government has created a diaspora office as a major portfolio under the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Lesotho's population is approximately 2 million people, and an estimated 240,000 is outside the country, acting as a labor reserve of migrant workers who service primarily the South African mining industry. As a result, Lesotho is ranked among the top 4 countries across the globe, receiving remittances that exceed foreign direct investment and official development assistance. In 2022, remittances from workers outside Lesotho accounted for 25.5% of the country's gross domestic product. According to the World Bank, Sub-Saharan Africa is one of the few regions in the world where official development assistance is larger than remittances, but remittances are much more stable than either foreign direct investment or private financing flows. Many countries in the region have large numbers of their respective populations living overseas with substantial diaspora savings that could be mobilized for development financing. For example, Nigeria was ready to issue a diaspora bond to mobilize diaspora savings and boost financing for development. Nigerians abroad remit 20.1 billion every year back to their homeland. Africa suffers from a vicious cycle of human capital, and immigration is a revolving door. Many Africans, after they have attained an education, work experience, and entrepreneurial skills, are returning to their homeland to establish their careers and start new businesses. According to the International Monetary Fund, Sub-Saharan Africa is now the second fastest growing economic region in the world, trailing only after the continent of Asia. Over the last decade, real income per person across the continent has increased by more than a third. Foreign direct investment has quadrupled and is responsible for supporting these gains. Favorable commodity prices, improved macroeconomic management by governments, debt reduction programs, the discovery of new oil reserves and new communication technologies are also contributing factors. A sharp rise in demand in metals such as copper, cobalt, manganese, lithium, and aluminum, which are key elements in the electric vehicle technology, is a boon to the continent's economy. As a consequence, Africa's forecast of its gross domestic product indicates a rise by an average of 3 to 4% a year for the next 10 years. Thank you.